Have you ever stood in line for coffee? You see the menu. You know you have coffee at home. It would be cheaper. It would be faster in some ways. But the smell of roasted beans is in the air. The barista smiles. Everyone else is ordering their favorite drink. You think, it's just $5. So you buy the latte. You tell yourself it's a small treat, a little reward for a long week. This single, simple choice feels small. It feels like it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But this moment is not just about coffee. It's about a pattern. A tiny decision that reveals something much bigger about how we think about money. These small choices happen every day. It's the choice to take a taxi instead of the bus. It's the choice to buy a new shirt because it's on sale. It's the choice to sign up for another streaming service you might not watch. Each one feels isolated. Each one feels insignificant on its own. We justify them easily. I deserve it, we might say. Or, it's not that much money. But these moments are connected. They are threads in a larger story we are writing about our financial lives, one small decision at a time. This story is often written without us even noticing it. Why do we make these choices? It's not because we are bad with money. It's not because we lack willpower. It is because our brains are wired in a very specific way. We are designed to seek immediate comfort. We are built to follow what others are doing. We are programmed to avoid loss more than we desire gain. These are not modern problems. These are ancient human traits that have been with us for thousands of years. The world has changed dramatically. We have smartphones and credit cards, but the human brain making the decisions has not changed nearly as much. It's still running on very old software. Understanding this is the first step toward winning with money. This isn't about complex spreadsheets or financial jargon. It's not about becoming an expert overnight. It is about becoming an expert on yourself. It is about seeing the invisible scripts that guide your hands toward your wallet. In this essay, we will not judge these choices. Instead, we will get curious about them. We will look at why these patterns exist. We will explore why they are so hard to break. And most importantly, we will uncover simple, practical ways to work with our human nature, not against it, to build a better financial future. Think of this journey as creating a map. Not a map of roads and cities, but a map of your own mind. The first part of our map will show us why our brains make the choices they do. We will explore the hidden rules you never learned, but follow every single day. These are the mental shortcuts and the biases that make us prefer today's small joy over tomorrow's big reward. We'll look at why the fear of losing $10 feels so much more powerful than the happiness of finding $10. We will see how our decisions are shaped by what our friends, family, social media feeds show us is normal and desirable. Next, our map will guide us through the land of habits. Habits are the automated pathways our brains create to save energy. A simple cue like walking past a favorite store can trigger a routine of spending money, which gives a small reward of pleasure. Tiny, repeated actions like buying lunch every workday can add up to huge sums over time. It's here we'll discover one of the most powerful secrets. Small adjustments to daily routines can lead to dramatic long-term results. We will learn how to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. The final section of our map is action. It's about becoming the architect of your environment. Knowing why you do something is powerful, but changing what you do is the real victory. We will explore how to design your world to make better choices almost automatic. This means removing temptations, setting up systems that save money for you, creating visible reminders of your goals. We will talk about simple mindset hooks, quick mental tricks that can shift your perspective in an instant. These are not grand, difficult strategies. They are small, clever tweaks you can start using today. This is not a story about restriction or sacrifice. It is a story about awareness and intention. It's about understanding the game so you can start to win it. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to understand how you operate. By the end, you will have a clear map. You will see predictable patterns in your behavior, and you will have a toolkit of simple strategies to build habits that serve your future self. The path to financial well-being is about understanding human nature and gently guiding it in the right direction. Our brains have a simple, powerful preference. They love now. They are not so fond of later. This is a mental shortcut called present bias. It's the quiet voice in your head that insists a small pleasure today is worth more than a larger reward in the future. Think about it. You are offered $50 today or $100 in a year. Logically, you know that waiting is the better financial choice. A 100% return is amazing, but many people feel a strong, almost irresistible urge to take the $50 now. The certainty of an immediate reward feels more real, more tangible than the abstract promise of a future one. This isn't a character flaw. It's a feature of our evolutionary wiring. It was built for a world where the future was far less certain. This bias shows up everywhere in our financial lives. It's the reason we choose to finance a new smartphone for a small monthly payment, even if it means paying more over 2 years. The pleasure of having the device now outweighs the distant logical cost. It's why we put off saving for retirement. Extra money in our paycheck feels immediate and useful, while a comfortable life in 40 years feels distant and blurry. Our brain discounts the value of that future comfort. It makes present indulgence feel smarter in the moment. It's a constant battle between immediate desires and long-term goals. Sales and marketing teams are masters of exploiting this bias. Limited time offers, flash sales, buy now, pay later plans. They create urgency and make future consequences seem unimportant. Don't miss out is a direct appeal to our present bias. It tells our brain the pleasure is fleeting and must be seized. We focus on the thrill of the deal and the joy of the purchase, and we forget the credit card bill that will arrive later. The later part of the equation is a problem for our future self, a stranger we don't feel connected to. The first step is simply to notice the pull. When you feel the urge to buy something unplanned, pause. Ask yourself, am I choosing this for my now self or my future self? Creating a little space between impulse and action weakens present bias. Make the future reward feel more real. Create a visual board of your dream home. Write down a perfect day in retirement. By making the future more vivid, you give your brain a reason to value later a bit more than now. Imagine 2 scenarios. In the first, you find a $20 bill on the street. You feel a nice little jolt of happiness. In the second scenario, you reach into your pocket and realize a $20 bill you had is gone. You feel a sharp sting of frustration and regret. Which feeling is stronger? For most people, the pain of losing the $20 is far more powerful than the joy of finding it. This is a psychological principle called loss aversion. Our brains are wired to prioritize avoiding losses over acquiring equivalent gains. Scientists believe this feeling is roughly twice as powerful. Losing hurts more than winning feels good. This fear steers many of our financial decisions the wrong way. It's why people are hesitant to invest in the stock market. The thought of the market going down and losing money feels so threatening that it overshadows the potential for long-term growth. We focus on the scary downward red arrows on the screen, not the slow, steady upward climb of the market over decades. This fear can keep money in low-interest savings accounts where it feels safe, but it's actually losing purchasing power to inflation over time. In trying to avoid loss, we often guarantee a small, certain loss. Loss aversion also explains why we hold on to bad investments for too long. Say you bought a stock that has lost half its value. The logical move might be to sell it and invest the remaining money in a more promising opportunity. But selling would lock in the loss. It would make the loss feel real and final. To avoid that painful feeling, we hold on, hoping it bounces back to what we paid. We tell ourselves, I'll sell as soon as I break even. That desire can trap our money in underperforming assets for years, costing us missed opportunities. To counter this bias, try reframing decisions. Instead of thinking, if I invest, I could lose money, try thinking, if I don't invest, I am guaranteed to lose buying power to inflation. This shifts focus from a potential loss to a certain one. For a bad investment, instead of asking, has this stock gotten back to what I paid? Ask, if I had this amount of cash today, would I buy this stock? If the answer is no, sell, regardless of the original price. This simple mental switch helps detach from the initial pain and focus on the smartest decision for your money now. Section 3. The crowd and the compass. Humans are social creatures. We survived and thrived for millennia by sticking together, by observing what others did, and by following the group. This instinct is still deeply embedded in us. It's a mental shortcut called social proof. When we are uncertain, we look to others for clues. If everyone else is doing it, it must be right. Our brain saves energy by outsourcing decisions to the crowd. If a restaurant is full, the food must be good. If a product has thousands of 5-star reviews, it must be smart. This instinct plays a huge role in our financial lives. We see friends buying new cars. We see friends taking exotic vacations. We see friends renovating kitchens. Their lives are curated and displayed on social media. Quick montage, vacation posts, fancy dinners, new cars, and renovation posts, all on a single phone screen. Your internal compass might point to saving, or to paying down debt, and then it starts to waver. The crowd moves a different direction. A little voice, maybe this is what I should be doing too. This is what normal adult life looks like. We measure our progress against others' highlight reels. That can create lifestyle inflation. Spending rises with income to keep up. Think of a young family choosing their first home. They start with a sensible budget. Then they tour neighborhoods. They see other families in larger houses. They see bigger yards. They see a more expensive school district.
This is the neighborhood everyone wants to get into.
Social proof kicks in. The family fears failing their children if they don't stretch the budget. Their decision shifts from, what can we comfortably afford, to, what do we need to do to be like everyone else? That pressure can lead to mortgages that strain finances for decades. Fight this by consciously choosing your crowd and recalibrating your compass. If your feed is full of high-spending influencers, follow accounts that celebrate saving. Follow accounts about investing. Follow accounts about financial independence. Find a community online that shares your goals, or find one in person.
Hearing stories of people saving half their income is powerful social proof. I saved half my income.
It normalizes frugality and long-term thinking. Create a personal financial policy statement, a written document of goals and values. It acts as your true north, a compass to consult when the crowd pulls you astray. We have traveled through the landscape of the money mind. We started with a simple choice, a $5 latte, and saw how it was a doorway into the hidden rules that govern our lives. We learned that our brains are not broken. They are simply running on ancient software. They are wired with shortcuts like present bias, which makes us value today over tomorrow, and loss aversion, which makes us fear losing more than we enjoy winning. We saw how the powerful currents of social proof and the desire for status can pull our financial ships off course, often without us even realizing the compass has moved. These are not personal failings. They are the predictable, shared patterns of human behavior. We then explored the world of habits, the autopilot mode that saves our brain energy, but can create slow, damaging leaks in our finances. We uncovered the simple but profound mechanics of the cue, routine, reward loop. More importantly, we saw that small, repeated choices are the secret to both our problems and our solutions. A daily lunch bought without thought can cost thousands over a year, but a small, automated transfer to savings can build a fortune over a decade. The math of small things, repeated over time, is the most powerful force in your financial life. We learned that the secret is not to fight our nature with willpower, but to design systems and use mindset hooks that guide our nature toward better outcomes. The journey does not end here. It begins. You are the architect of your own environment. You have the power to add friction to your bad habits and to create a smooth, automated flow for your good ones. You can design a world that makes your desired choices the easiest choices. The key is to start small. You do not need to overhaul your entire life overnight. That path leads to burnout and failure. Instead, this week, choose one thing. Observe one money habit with curiosity, not judgment. Then, change one small variable. Delete one app. Set up one automated transfer of just a few dollars. Make one goal visible. These tiny victories are the seeds of transformation. They build momentum. They prove to you that change is not only possible, but that you are capable of it. The patterns of human behavior and money do repeat, across time and across cultures. That is the challenge, but it is also the great hope. Because if the old, unhelpful patterns can repeat automatically, then so can the new, better ones. Your choices today are not just single actions. They are the beginning of an echo. By setting a new choice in motion, you are creating a new pattern, a new habit, a new echo that will reverberate through the rest of your life, building a future you designed on purpose.